Hi, this is Rachelle with Scrapcraftastic, and we're doing another micro for Halloween. Today, I am using mixed media paper, and I just taped the two pages together, and I'm tearing a piece of coffee or tea stained paper, and just realized I'm using the paper that I had stamped the crow on that I wanted to use for something else, but it was too late. I'd already torn it. Here, I'm going over the edges of the torn piece, well, the first torn piece, with the black soot and just checking some placement. And I'm going to use the tape adhesive to place that on the paper. And I'm just trying to make sure it's lined up as neatly as possible. This is a black piece of scrap paper, and I'm going to use it to test something because I'm not sure what color paper I want to use for this part of the spread. So I'm going to start with white paper, and I'm using closed eye stamps. These stamps are from Jane Davenport's collection, available in Michael's. And I'm not really feeling how the closed eye looks, so I'm going to try another eye look. This comes with a variety of facial pieces or stamps. So I have some eyes to choose from. Have lips and noses as well. But I just need the eyes. So I think I'm going to go with this set of eyes. Hopefully it's going to work. So I'm just going to tear those out. And just play around with placement just to make sure that this is going to work. I'm going to tear off a little more of the excess around the eyes. And then I'm deciding, do I want both eyes or do I want just one eye? Here I'm testing out the stamp with some white Memento, I think it's Memento brand ink. It might not be. If it's not Memento, I'll put it down in the description box. So I'm just stamping on the black paper with the white ink, and as I suspected, it doesn't show up well, so I'm not going to be using that. Just cleaning off my stamp before I put it away. Here I'm going to grunge up or distress around the eyes. Because the white was just glaring and it didn't really go with the rest of the pieces that I was using, so that's better. And again, I'm still trying to work out how to place these strips. These are supposed to be bandages, mummy's bandages, if you hadn't suspected already. So I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do it. See, I'm covering up one eye, moving things around, inking more pieces. And this is nothing new. This has been done before. Maybe not in the way that I'm doing it. I don't know. But this is a fairly common, design that's used around Halloween time. So I finally figured out which eye to cover and how I was going to cover it up. And I'm adding tape in the places that need to be held down. And inking other pieces. And just making sure that everything fits together nicely and actually crisscrosses and kind of looks like bandages. Although this is a fairly common, design or so here I'm just trimming up the excess pieces of the aged tea stained or coffee stained paper. And I feel like it's starting to come together, even though this isn't really a simple project or layout. I think it's come together nicely. And I'm going to inking up my edges just to frame the piece. Adding a little more ink around the eye to make that area dark so that it looks like it's behind the bandages. I'm taking a old sticky note and I am going to use it to mask the area where I'm going to stamp. I'm using the insect stamps again, and those insect stamps are from In Love Art Shop. I'll put the information in the description box below. I thought that I got them from somewhere else, but I didn't. I realized later that no, those are from In Love Art Shop, and they stamp great. I love their stamps so far. I've had them for a while, and then you know what happened, and I just never really got to use them until now. So yeah, they're really nice. On that one, my mask was a little out of place, so I'm taking a gel pen and just filling in what didn't get stamped. And again, I'm using the mask and trying to make it look like the bugs are crawling in and out of the bandages. You know, like in The Mummy, the movie The Mummy. I don't know. It's kind of what I was going for. Just to make it a little more creepy and ooh. So I thought the bugs were a good choice. And here I am just going around shading each one with a little of the gray mild liner, trying to give them a little more life and not look so flat. And then I'm adding just a wee bit of color to them. And then I tried to shade with a pencil. That wasn't working well, so I didn't do much with that. Here I'm using my white gel pen to make sure the eyes are white, and I'm using a fluorescent green pen to add some Halloween type colors to the eyes. So I'm using the green, the orange, and I'm going to use just a little bit of the purple. All of that doesn't show up very well here, but when you're up close and personal, you can see it. Here I'm taking some vintage photos, something I haven't used in a while, and a Q-tip, and adding some brown and some depth around the eye. And I wanted to use the Q-tip because it gives me a little more accuracy of where the ink is going to go. It's not the best way to apply ink, but it worked in this case. And I'm just kind of lifting up the bandages and making sure that I get underneath all of that. Now I'm going around the insects or bugs with the vintage photo to again try to add some depth so they don't look just like flat stamps on a piece of paper, and I think that helped them quite a bit. And I'm doing the same thing around the edges of the bandages to give them more of a 3D look, adding some shadow shading, make it a little more realistic. And here I'm just going in with my Barely Arts glue and touching up a few of the places where the aged paper had not stuck down good with the double-sided adhesive. I took off the washi tape and now I'm just kind of looking at it, and now I'm going to go ahead and separate the pages and ink that edge as well. And here's a piece of file folder that I was using on another project. I'm going to use this to make a tag, and I kind of wanted something like a toe tag / museum tag, something like that. And so I'm going to use that with this layout. And I have this box that I'm going to stamp on the tag. And there's my head again, making an appearance. And in the box, I'm also going to stamp the word beware. And I'm leaning over to make sure I get everything centered. So yeah, my head is going to appear. I decided to quit fighting it and not worry about it and just do what I had to do to make sure that I get my stamps centered. So here I'm stamping the day of the week, which is Thursday. We've got 2 more days of micro dailies for Halloween. Head action again. Wow, I didn't know I left that much head in the picture. Sorry about that. And here I am finding the date. These are the Happy Planner stamps. Now this set of Happy Planner stamps so far stamps well. I don't think it's every set. It's just some of them. These stamp good. So I'm putting the date down, which is the 29th. Did I say the 27th? I don't know. It's the 29th though. And now I'm inking up the tag. Here I'm going to punch a 1/8 inch hole with my Crocodile. This is by We Are Memory Keepers. It's an eyelet setter. So it punches the hole and sets the eyelet. And here's my box of eyelets. And I'm just looking through to find something that would work with this spread. And I didn't find anything, but I had another container of eyelets with the perfect brown color. It's like I don't know. It's not brass. It's a vintage looking color. And so I'm going to use that eyelet on the tag. I'm checking my instructions that I have to do this every time to know how to set the Crocodile. It does have different settings depending on the eyelets that you're using. So here I'm adding the eyelet to the page, and I'm going to use a ball pen to attach the tag to the page. So that's why I put eyelets on both. And I'm just adjusting the tag, make sure it's going to hang properly. And I actually have to take the tag off and flip it over to get it to hang the way that I think it should hang. So I'm putting away the eyelets. And here I'm taking glossy accents going over the bugs and the eye. And here's a good look at the bio glossy accents. And this is what it looks like after it's mostly dry. I'm going to go back in with my brush markers and add a little bit more color. And here I am using the Q-tip again to get into those lines. Popping this into my notebook. And that's it for today's spread. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that little gray bell so that you'll receive notification each time I upload a new video. Be sure to check the community tab and my stories for updates throughout the week. Also, check us out over at patreon.com/Scrapcraftastic for exclusive content and digital downloads. Visit my other channel, Journal Life's Journey, for craft videos and junk journals. You can find me across social media at Scrapcraftastic. Visit my website and shop at scrapcraftastic.com. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!